and welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Ooh, hope you enjoyed that lovely brutal OST as we have returned. We have returned here with the quarterfinals of the WardiTV Monday 29. We have purely ZvPs today. Oh my god. SKillous has been going through the gauntlet, and that gauntlet continues as spawning in the top right hand corner of a Killer's Mile. We have the blue Protoss player, I said brutal Protoss because of the because of the skin. The blue Protoss representing Team Liquid. It is SKillous. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the red Zerg player. The red Zerg player representing Team Falcons. It is Solar. Here we go. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat, as it is Gamba time. Let's go. ZvP Palooza, boy. Oi, vámonos, papi, vámonos. Sí. Oh my god. I mean, Zergs are a rare sight nowadays, so I'm happy to indulge in some ZvPs while I can. I'll be honest, coming into this, SKillous, he has been on fire, but he has shown some weakness from time to time. Both Shin and Iba were able to make SKillous bleed, so coming into this, I do lean towards SKillous. I'll be honest, I do lean towards SKillous, but I want to believe that Soul can make a series out of this, and again, he can also bring SKillous down. I do believe we can get it back and forth. We'll see if we can get a Zerg player into the semi-finals, though. That'd be crazy. Oh my god. That'd be out of this world. But now, though, we're going Hatchcat's Pool into a faster third base. Very greedy here from Solo. So Solo going for a third expansion before the natural is even done, before any queens either. So very greedy here from Solar, and he should be able to get away with it initially. Not bad. Probe Scout does come in. You can see that Solar, he had to skip his, or he had to delay his second queen. So no second queen, just one queen at the natural to afford that faster hatchery. And SKillous, he doesn't confirm. Oh, he doesn't check. Because of this, Solar, he's going to be a little bit weak. I mean, he's even skipping lings. Yeah, he's skipping. Jesus. He skips his lings. He delays his queen. He does rush into the expansion, just purely droning. First Adept is now moving out, and now SKillous realizes that, oh, hold on. Yeah, you have been greedy, and Solar, he is getting away with it. There's one Adept moving out across the map, but Solar, he should have these lings out in time to defend. But so far, just cheeky moves out of Solar. Very cheeky. Solar, he cuts the corners. And, oh, does morph in that Overlord in time. Does save the egg, does save the larva. Again, one Adept can't really threaten Solar too much, and Solar, he does invest into an extra wave of lings. Adept say shaded towards the middle line. They do commit. And lings getting picked off. That's big here from SKillous. And does shade away. Catching even more lings. Does catch more lings, does pull out. Rotating around. But last Solar doesn't lose any drones. That's what matters here. His economy is still stable. And right now the pressure is on SKillous because Solar has a boosted economy from the early game. SKillous getting his third base. Moving out with that Oracle. Oh, and so far he gets 3 drone kills. Not bad. He gets 3 workers, pulls away. That does trigger a counterattack. Solar, he's going for the third expansion. Meanwhile, the second Oracle does arrive just in time. Just in time to defend. Yeah, so Solar shouldn't get much done. Adept gets surrounded, but the Oracle's in position. And Solar's forced away. So in the end, SKillous, he defends back at home. Solar droning up, saturating his third base. Building up towards a longer game state. There's that initial Eva Chamber, sorry, Temple Archives, Twilight Council by SKillous. Should be seeing a Forge follow-up momentarily. Did not sleep enough. It's fine, it's fine. We'll make it. Meanwhile, Solar going lair first. Okay. Again, so far, out of all the Zerg players we've been featuring here tonight, Solar, he is cutting corners more so than others. Here, Solar, he's going to be delaying his Evo chamber, so no plus on melee, into a faster lair. This can lead into faster Hydra production, into potentially even a faster lurker tech. We'll keep an eye on Solar. We'll see if he does continue joining or not. Meanwhile, SKillous is going into charge. Now, this does mean that Solar, he's gonna have less to really support himself. Like, again, Solar's cutting corners. He's cutting corners, he's being greedy, he's taking all of his gases, the layer is almost done. Again, this should be for Ling Hydra, for a big commitment in a Hydra tech. And I want to say that SKillous' charge timing... Oh, no, he cancels, never mind. Does cancel charge. I was going to say his charge timing could be quite successful, but he does change his mind. And I'm concerned for SKillous. Now, I am concerned Hydra Den is on the way. Should be seeing a 4th expansion momentarily. Likewise, Lings, they collapse on top of that 4th base. The wall is open. Yeah, wall is wide open. Lings, they flood in. They flood into the natural. They slip out into the main as well. Nice whole position micro. Probe's going to be going down. Yeah, SKillous getting torn apart here. Losing out 5 workers so far. Leading out 5 workers. Solar, he pulls away, building up more Ling Hydra. And we'll see if Solar drones. That's what I'm curious about here. I mean, obviously there's no upgrades, so he was cutting corners up until this moment. From here, he can just commit into a 3-base all-in. The difference between this all-in and what we saw from Eba, for example, or even Shin, is that this is gonna hit with more Hydras. Like the prioritization of Hydras and the Hydra upgrades is insane here this game from Solar. So more Hydras, better upgrades. It does hit sooner as well. As again, he didn't waste or spend any gas on upgrades on the Evo chamber. And he commits. Yeah, Solar, he's committing. He is not droning up his own 3rd base. This is a 3-base all-in, but again, a very different 3-base all-in than what we've seen previously. Heavily prioritizing those Hydras, of course, instead. And we'll see if he can break through. See if he can break through. So far, SKillous, he does blink well. Shaves off the Lings. Lings are going down. Hydras are exposed. Oh, but Stalkers are also going down as well. Yeah, rough trades there for SKillous. Bleeds out a lot of Stalkers. Needs those reinforcements. Adepts have arrived. They can help buffer. And that's where Chargers would have come in. That's where they would have come into play. Otherwise, decent blink control, but 2, 3 Stalkers go down. Now those things always getting on top of the Hydras. Oof. Still barely not enough. SKillous, he's holding on. So far, he's holding on. He's surviving. Again, without Lings, Solar can't really engage. He needs those Lings. And remember, the longer this goes on, the better it is for SKillous. There it's going to be. Oh. Catching at the Overseer. Overseer goes down. Changelings as well. Solar trying to rotate. SKillous keeping up. And so far, so good. Cannons are on the way. We have cannons here at the natural. SKillous, calm down. Let's pull back around. Stasis gets baited. Second Stasis as well. Lings, yeah, they collapse on the side defense. But once again, Solar, he's running out of Lings. Slow lots are moving in. No charge yet. A shield battery running out of energy. SKillous once again pulling away. Another warp in. SKillous, it looks like he should be able to survive this. Yeah, there's just not enough Lings. Not enough Lings. SKillous, he's tempted to blink forward. So tempted. There we go. Charge is late. Charge is delayed here, I will say that. As SKillous, he's had the resources for it for quite some time. You can see SKillous banking on minerals. Warping away with slow lots. And with those slow lots, he has enough. He has enough. SKillous, he shuts down the all-in. Again, it was a different form of all-in here by Solar, but still not enough. GG gets called in. SKillous, he will take game number 1. GG. Does survive, does take the game. Again, very intense game there from Solar, but as we saw, SKillous, he was pretty well prepared. He was set up back at home. Very nice blink control. We did see SKillous slipping up a little bit here and there, especially when it comes to his charge timing, as he did have the resources for charge for quite some time, did delay it. Likewise was missing some warp ins here, but regardless, he was controlling the army well enough, and with that, GG. GG, well played. Remember, Solar, he had no longevity in that game. He had 0 upgrades, 0 tech. He had no workers at the 4th base either. It was all or nothing. Was that 3 base all in? And with that, SKillous is 1 game away from making it to the semifinals. Let's go. Here we go. And I'm most curious as to what map we're going to load into. We spoke earlier, even when we initially casted Killer's Mile in the previous series, how this map is, or that map was known for like these big all-ins, especially at the 3rd and 4th base. Here we're loading into Persephone. Interesting. I would say arguably a bit of a more defensive map than Killer's Mile. There are a lot more ramps, a lot more choke points. At the same time, I believe the rush distance is a little bit shorter on Persephone. We'll see. We'll see where this leads us as we are loading into game number 2. We go. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the blue Protoss player representing Team Liquid, leading the series 1-0. It is SKillous. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player representing Team Falcons. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back and force the ace match. It is Solar. And again, the pressure is on Solar. If you've been watching Solar ZvPs over the past month, maybe even 2 months, I would say either a month, maybe 4 weeks at most, Solar has been going for purely all-ins. Just like the previous game, different variations of 2 base all-in and 3 base all-in is what Solar has been doing. He has been able to defeat Max Packs and Hero with this style as well, but I would say he's becoming a little bit predictable in that sense. We'll see if he can continue to have success with this, or if SKillous will have more success, being a little bit safer in his openers and a little bit safer in his mid-game. As we haven't really seen Solar macro in quite some time. In this matchup, I should emphasize, in ZvP. So we've seen plenty of more later game setups against Terran players. Now SKillous does poke in, does pull away. Hatch got full opener by Solar. We saw Solar being hyper greedy last game. I doubt he's going to go for that here this time. I doubt he's going to be quite as greedy on Persephone. We'll keep an eye on him. SKillous, he's on patrol, trying to force some inefficient mining. SKillous moving out. Again, 3rd base not being taken, and a much more standard timing here. Solar, he gets his 2nd queen, getting a 3rd queen, so this time, a much more standard game. This time, a much more standard game state. does pull back. Where SKillous, he dips in with that Oracle, gets a couple of worker kills. Nothing too major. Just only 2 so far. Sorry. Just a little bit distracted. Focus on the match. For now, just getting 2 drones so far. SKillous, he pulls away, getting his 3rd on location, and we're just chilling. We're just nothing major so far, just getting into our Stargate opener, into Oracles, no Void Ray initially, and likewise, Solar, he didn't cut corners. Did not cut corners the way he did previously, so far everything is looking as it should. Really, our eyes are on the further tech. Last game, if you remember, Soul, he went for a lair first. He went lair first into a Ling Hydra all-in on 3 bases. Here, we'll see if he goes lair first again. He could go for a faster Evo Chamber, Roach Warren, could take earlier gases. We'll see what Solo goes for. As we're getting up to that 5-minute mark. Likewise, Twilight Council opener here out of SKillous, followed by the Forge. SKillous, every game we've casted SKillous on Persephone, he has gone charge. Every single game. Meanwhile, once again, lair first. Solar, looks like the same build. Looks like the same build 2 games in a row. Lair first into Hydras, into gases without an Evo Chamber. That's what we're expecting out of Solar. And we'll see if he goes for the same thing. Meanwhile, yep, every game so far in Persephone, charge. Charge is on the way. Now we do see, okay, Evo Chamber out of Solar. So already Solar, he's deviating. Now the Evo Chamber is late. It is later than the lair, I should emphasize. But this time we actually have one. So we can start up some upgrades. We'll see if he goes for melee or range. We'll keep an eye on Solar. Meanwhile, SKillous is going to be more aggressive early on with those charge lots. Oh, that was 90 expansion. Nice pickoff. Hatchery is denied. Gases are being taken. Mass Revelation. Revelation. Oh my god, as the Oracle does go down. Just barely. 1 Oracle falls, but we do get eyes on the gases. We get eyes on everything, actually. The timing of the Hydra Den. The +1 range on the way. And I do think there's potential for damage. Right now, SKillous, he's banking up those Zealots. You can see them here. They're slowly banking up and building up over time. SKillous is going to go for an early Zealot move out. And Solar, we'll see what he'll have to defend. Now, Solar, he's already getting up to 3-base saturation. He is taking up even further. Okay, so after game 1's failed all in, Solar, he's taking. He's droning, getting up 4th base. Solar is getting ready for a longer game state. What he doesn't have, though, no Bailey Nest, no Roach Warren. Without Bailings and Roaches, these Zealots have potential. These Zealots, they have potential. Overseer moving in. The Overseer will scout this. Yeah, they'll see the Zealots, he knows. Yeah, Solar, he knows what's going on. He sees the Zealot warp in. Back at home, he's massing up his Ling Hydra. And Solar, he sees this coming ahead of time. So now there's less of a chance that these Zealots actually get damage. They move in, but yeah, we can see Solar, he's ready for it. Pulls away the queens, he evacuates the mineral line, he won't lose any workers, and Solar's safe. I say that SKillous is going for the expansion. We have Mass Transfuse. Transfuse will barely keep alive a little bit longer, but oh, not enough. The base goes down, massive pickoff. Okay, SKillous, calm down. He kills the expansion, he pulls out. Likewise, Solar, he does trigger a counterattack. He's moving out. Meanwhile, remember, Storm was already researched. It was Storm before the 4th base. But Lings are coming in for the surround. Up, we need the Storm. Barely not ready. 1 Eye Templar goes down. An Archon gets forced to morphed in. Brutal loss here. 3 Eye Templar full. Yeah, and Solar's going for the kill. He's going for the kill. He's going for the 4th base. Massive pickoff. Yeah, and SKillous losing those 3 High Templar was brutal. As now he's stuck on 3 bases. He's stuck on 3 expansions. He gets punished for his charge, for his attack. For his move out. We're setting up here back at home. setting up. Yo, shout out to Captain Fish. Captain Fish. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Gab, amiga. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the gifted sub to Sir Tannis. Oh my god. Do appreciate it. Do appreciate it, man. Hope you had a good stream, and I hope you had a good show match. Meanwhile, SKillous, he's stuck at home. And SKillous is in a rough position here. Remember, his 4th base was delayed. He lost High Templar. Now he's building up towards the mothership. But SKillous, he's stuck at home. And remember, Solar, he was teching up. He's already got lurkers. He already has a hive. He's working towards lurker upgrades. Solar is in a much better position here. So from here, Solar, he can drone, he can take a 5th base, and he should be able to max out. Now, SKillous, again, he is relinquishing map control, so he's throwing down cannon, shield battery, stasis traps. Right now, the best option and one of the only options for SKillous is the turtle. Like, the other option would be to go just go for an all-in. Just go for an all-in, but alas, he has chosen to turtle up instead. It's either one or the other. We can see him move out, and he can always recall. He's hoping to catch out these things. Oh, High Templar! High Templar exposed. Storm goes up, and Lings, oh my god, they get shut down. Jesus. That storm was brutal. Solo's pushing forward with those lurkers. SKillous, he pulls back. He pulls back, he's building up his immortal count. Lurkers, they pick away at the wall. Storm's coming in. But again, that's a lot of lunkers. The immortal count's just not there. Some decent storms. Likewise, SKillous sneaking out across the map with that War Prism. Mothership has arrived, going for the slow zone. And slow zone on the lunkers. But he only has 2 immortals. That's not going to be enough. Yeah, 2 immortals is not enough. Solo, he breaks through. He breaks through the defensive line. Takes down the immortals. Forcing his way in. Again, he's got how many? He's got 18 lurkers. And Solar, he will not be stopped. He won't be stopped not by this army. And again, SKillous, he just lost far too much early on. We spoke about it. I mean, one of his only options here was to turtle up, and he's trying to, but alas, still just cannot compare to this army. He's with the 1 carrier. Oh god. The spine shots are brutal. Yeah, spine shots on the charge lots. 0 storms left. I just say move in. And Solar has done it. Solar, he's done it. He has broken the base, broken the 4th for the 2nd time. Takes down the mothership. GG gets called, and Solar, he will tie up the series 1-1. We are going to the ace match. GG. We are going to the ace match. And we'll see how this goes. I mean, we're waiting for the final map here. A lot of this I feel like is going to be determined by that final map, but winding it back here to game number 2, SKillous, he was pretty committed with his Zealot move out, and he did kill the expansion, but you can see here the map come into play. The short rush distance by ground, you can see that SKillous, he did not have a lot of time to prepare back at home for the counterattack. He had 6 High Templar, but he did not have a storm ready. He lost 3 High Templar in the initial defense, and he lost a 4th base. He lost the 4th expansion. That was a brutal loss, one that he could not afford, and from there, Solar did snowball out of control. GG. GG, well played. Without Solar, he was able to embrace his tech, able to embrace the lurker tech, of course, the lunkers. And that is taking us here into the ace match, into game 3. We go. And I feel like a lot of how this map is going to really unfold is going to be determined by the map itself. Whether we load into a more aggressive one or a larger one. I'm not privy to the vetoes, so not too certain. So we're still setting up. You went BCs. Oh, the Este Captain Fish. You're an animal, Pap. You're an animal. Oh, God. How could you BC him? And we have an answer. It's going to be Ultra Love. Ooh, interesting. Ultra Love is a smaller map, is one of the smaller maps in the map pool. A little bit more defendable with the choke points, that is true. So there's a bit of a give and take here. If you recall, last time we saw SKillous on Ultra Love, he did 3-base all in. He did go for the 3-base all in against Shin. He did break Shin in the end, did bring him down. But if you remember, that was only because SKillous had dealt crippling damage early on. If you recall, SKillous, he was able to kill 4 queens and 7 drones in the early game when it came to his early game Adept and Oracle Harass. And that's what led into the all-in follow-up. So we'll see if SKillous is going to be as successful this time. So jumping into the ace match and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have our blue Protoss player representing Team Liquid being forced into the ace match. We'll see if we can bring it back. It is SKillous. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the red Zerg player representing Team Falcons, tying up the series 1-1, forcing the ace match. He has momentum on his side. Can he keep it going? It is Solar. Let's go. Getting into game number 3. And again, it's been an intense back and forth. I am hoping that SKillous doesn't go for that charge build again. I'll be honest, I'm not too fond of it, but we actually have not really seen it work on Persephone. It's had some very mixed results. Very mixed. So I'm hoping he avoids it here, but we'll keep an eye on SKillous. Likewise, Solar going hatch gas pool. Standard opener. Getting his natural on location. There we go. Now, we have seen Solar already cut corners, especially in game 1. I don't see that working here on Ultra Love. Again, the map is a lot smaller and is prone to those 3-base all-ins. So you don't want to get caught out. So now happily joining. Meanwhile, gate expand into Cybercore from SKillous, standard opener. Road moves out. And Solar, he doesn't rush into an early third. Okay, so he doesn't go for the same build that we saw on Kill Switch. Oh, sorry, or Killer's Mile, that one. Let's calm things down. Joining up, getting his queens. Standard build. And again, last game we saw Solar embrace lurkers a lot earlier as well. He was happy to drone up his 4th base. Just a very different side of Solar that we've seen in a long time, which I appreciate. For the first time in like over a month, we saw Solar tuck up into lurkers and drone up to 4 bases. It was crazy. It was crazy. I appreciate it. 3rd base now on the way. Behind the Stargate opener out of SKillous. Again, just standard play so far. We'll see if he does go for a Void Ray, for example, just to hide his tech, just to try to keep Solar guessing. SKillous, he has options. Does have options here. But now, yeah, speaking of, there it is, a Void Ray first out of SKillous. So it does open Void Ray. He's going to hunt down those overlords. He will hide his follow-up tech. From here, he can go for an earlier Twilight Council into Glaives, for example. But otherwise, he can just take a 3rd base and get into +1 and blink. Doesn't have to hide anything. Now setting up for his 3rd. Void Ray has arrived. We're settling in. From the side of Solar, once again, we're waiting for his tech of choice, waiting for either a Lair First, Evo Chamber, or Roach Warren, or even Baneling Nest. Our eyes are open for that tech, which we can start seeing around the 430 mark. Likewise, Lings, they hunt down the first death. They do not get it. Whew. Nice defense here by SKillous. He does pull away, doesn't lose a single unit, and he expands. We'll take his 3rd. Solar forced to remake those Lings. Still droning. Still droning up. Oracles are on the way. Solar, he's in position here at his base. Meanwhile, he's going for a 428-ish lair timing. So he's going lair first. We've seen this before. Now, last game he went lair first into +1 range, not into +1 melee. That led into eventually lurker tech. Saw that in game 2. Oh, meanwhile, Def Shade into the mid line. Lings are in position, and the Defs are going to be shut down. Yeah, not the best shade here from SKillous. He might be able to focus on some workers, but nah, he trades against Lings. A better trade here for Solar. Oracle does get 3 drone kills. Not bad. As we actually get 5 drones. Oh my god. 5 drones in total. Okay. Not the worst trade, I believe, 1-to-1. Yeah, 5 Defs for 5 drones. I'd still say better for Solar. Meanwhile, no Evo Chamber. So no Evo Chamber. This does look like the same build that we saw in game 1. So it's going to be lair first into Hydras, 0 upgrades, 0 Evo Chambers, no Roach Warren. He will take some gases. He will get a 4th base just for Lava. But this screams a 3 base all in. I'm saying 66 workers. So joining up to 66, not any further than that, and maxing out on Ling Hydra. Meanwhile, SKillous going for his own Gateway Explosion, getting up to 6 gates. 6 gates on 3 bases, getting to +1 and Blink. It's going to be on SKillous to figure out what's going on. Now, SKillous, he's already played against this build once before. SKillous, he is going for his Temple Archives before his 4th expansion, so that means earlier Storm. That is going to be crucial here in the defense. Solar, for now, he's run up to 63. He does get the Revelation off, and SKillous does he scout. He does confirm the Hydra Den. So he sees the Hydra Den. He will eventually get eyes on the 4th base. Again, I'm making the assumption here that Solar, I mean, again, there's no Evo Chambers. No Evo Chambers, no upgrades. He shouldn't be joining up this 4th. He should be maxing out on Ling Hydra. Ling's a threat in the natural. There it is. Storm is on the way. We should be chronoing it as best as we can. There we go. Shield batteries as well. So SKillous, he knows. He knows what's going on. He needs to get ready. Needs to get ready for that all-in. Keeping up with the Lings. Yep, knocking down the tower. Storm is still on the way. There's Revelation on the 4th base. Yeah, more cannons, more shield batteries. Here we go. Cannons and shield batteries at the natural as well. He's getting ready here for the push. Meanwhile, Solar, he's banking up. Building up his Lings, his Hydras. Remember, it's just pure Ling Hydra. No Banelings, no Roaches, no Lurkers, no further tech, no nothing, no drones either. Just pure Ling Hydra. And either he breaks SKillous or he dies trying. SKillous right now, stasis traps. Storm is almost done. Not yet, though. I feel like we didn't quite chrono boost out that Storm. And without, it's going to be a tough hold. Storm, 6 more seconds. He needs it, Pappy. Does need the Storm. Yeah, it's now done. Storm on the Hydras. Good connection. Hydra speed just now finishing. Lings denied entry into the natural. Another massive Storm. Yeah, the Storms are brutal. And remember, Solar, he has no longevity in this game. He is all in. You can see him. Now he drones. He panned back home. He drones up. He throws down an infestation bit. Solar, he realizes the all-in is not working. The all-in is not going to work. But this is all late tech. Late droning, late tech. Solar, he's trying to transition out of this. Can he knock down the 4th base? Nice rotation. SKillous out of position. Yeah, heavily out of position. The base is going to go down. Massive pickoff. Yeah, SKillous, he struggles to respond. And by killing the 4th, Solar, he's still in this. He's in this game. As long as he doesn't commit. As he does get 1 High Templar. So 1 High Templar. Baits out a Storm. And Solar, he's successfully droning up now. If he didn't kill this 4th base, I would have said that Solar was behind. Like, Solar, he would be behind right now if he didn't get the kill. But now he's containing SKillous. And SKillous, he had the tools to defend. Like, he had the army, he just was out of position. He didn't see the rotation. And now Solar, he's taking up into Hive, into Lurkers, into now +1. Again, +1 is late, Hive is late, Lurkers are late, everything is late here for Solar, but he's getting there. And he is denying the 4th. so it's okay. This is still okay for Solar. Meanwhile, he baits out 2 more storms. The storms did not connect. SKillous is now taking up, and because SKillous' 4th base was denied, now suddenly SKillous has a turtle. Now it's similar to the previous game where SKillous now he has no momentum, he has no map control. He should, but he doesn't. And now he's stuck at home. He has to turtle up and throw down more cannons, more shield batteries, get into the mothership, get into more immortals. Solar, he's free to drone. He's free to saturate, get another 5th expansion, max out. Solar's still in the driver's seat. At least for now. Now there is a window here where there's plenty of lurkers. Yeah, there's 5 lurkers to defend. SKillous is deep on creep. He should not be here. We can see Solar getting ready for a counterattack or even a surround. I mean, there's a lot of pressure on SKillous, so he has to do something. Otherwise, he's just falling behind. Meanwhile, Solar, he does move out. Do we get a recall? Storm goes off. Solar, he breaks through. Yeah, he breaks through into the natural. There's that recall back home. Recall to the 3rd expansion. Oof, probes are going down. Solar trying to collapse on the army. SKillous, he's trying to race back home, but he's getting caught out. Yeah, he's getting caught out. Solar, he has momentum. He's going for the kill, going for the 4th once again. Likewise, pushing into that natural. This time, SKillous is in position. SKillous, he defends back at home. Storm's coming in. The first Tempest has arrived. Is that going to be enough? Up. Hydras are getting within range. Storms are coming in. Massive storms. Throws down a couple of storms. The base is still under fire. He needs a storm on the army. Oh, nice cloak. Yeah, no detection. Storms do come in. And SKillous, he's barely holding on. But there is that Overseer. Yeah, Overseer has arrived. Storms on the lurkers. Oh my god, so many Hydras, so many High Templar go down. It's getting close here, but it looks like we're running out of Hydras. Yeah, Solar, he runs out of Hydras, just pure lurker at this point. And Solar, he has to back off. He has to back off, he has to retreat. SKillous, he holds on. It was not easy, it was very expensive. He lost so many High Templar in that fight. You can see here, 3 High Templar and 2 Archons. Expensive losses there for SKillous. But he survives. I cannot chase this down. Has to be careful. SKillous, he pulls away. Getting caught on creep. Yeah, Storm's not ready. And you can see Solar, he doesn't let SKillous breathe. He just doesn't let him breathe. He just keeps pushing, keeps going. If he relents, if he backs off, then SKillous will recover. He will stabilize. So Solar doing everything he can to just end the game. To end the game here and now. Here come the Abductions. Here come the Yoinks. Oh, gets a Tempest. 1 Tempest goes down. Getting the 2nd Tempest. Ooh, yoinking a 3rd. Every Tempest falls, and without Tempest, there's nothing to hold on. The Lunkers, they're moving in. And again, SKillous had a really strong start to this game. As SKillous was ahead, he was defending against the all-in. And all it took was one moment where SKillous was just out of position. Just one moment. Once the 4th base was killed, I mean, that was it. That was all that Solar was looking for. That's all that he wanted. That led into this game state. Led into this. And SKillous just can't keep up. He cannot keep up, not anymore. There's a world out there where he would have taken this series, but not here, not this time. There's the recall. Ooh. He's had a lot of High Templar, and Solar just keeps going. Just keeps on pushing, takes down the 4th base, now going for the 3rd. Ooh. Takes down the shield batteries, pushes into the mineral line. Again, there's a couple of Tempests, there's 4 Tempests, and that's great and all, but it's not going to be enough. Yeah, the base goes down, takes down the 3rd. Solar, he can just back off, he can rotate, he spots the backup expansion. And GG gets called. Solar, he will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the semi-finals. Whew, GG. GG, well played, Solar. He will claim it. Again, a very intense game here. Solar, initially he went for the 3-base all-in. The all-in failed. The all-in did fail. SKillous had a very strong defense. But Solar, he was also really fast to recognize, hold up, this isn't working. This isn't working. I have to back off. I'm going to drone up. I'm going to take my gases, going to throw that infestation bit, and then rotate over towards the 4th base and hope and pray that SKillous isn't there. And SKillous wasn't there. He wasn't at the 4th base. He had the army to defend. He had plenty to defend, but he was split between his natural and his 3rd. His 4th base was completely exposed, completely wide open. And Solar, he got the kill. He got the kill. GG, well played. With that, we are getting ready for, I believe, our semi-finals. Where are we at?